I'm doing what I love.
I'm enhancing my career.
Studying here will get me my degree.
Apprenticeships have enabled us to develop our future employees.
I'm learning on the job, building my career.
Walsall College has something for everyone. Apply for a course, visit us online, or come and use our world-class facilities.
Good afternoon and welcome to our live Q&A session focused on SEND provision at Walsall College. For those of you who may not know, SEND stands for Special Educational Needs and Disabilities. I'm Russell and today I'm joined by two expert panellists. Paul is the curriculum manager for our supported learning provision and Viv is our SEND manager. So we've been broadcasting a series of these live events to support anyone who's thinking about studying with us here at Walsall College, or for people who need to support adults or young people with their education and training choices. So with us, you can study anything from full-time courses, apprenticeships, part-time or evening courses, right from entry level up into some cases, full degree level courses. Got a huge range of courses, so lots of different subject areas and different ways you can study, ranging attending one of our campuses to studying online or in the workplace. So today's session is to give viewers the opportunity to find out more about the courses we offer for SEND students within our supported learning department and the type of our support SEND students can receive at Walsall College. But before we do that, I just wanted to mention something about those who had already applied to study with us at Walsall College. I just wanted to let you know that we will have received your application, and over the next few weeks you will be getting a phone call from the course tutor to discuss that application. You'll have received a text message shortly before the call to let you know that we're ringing you. And as soon as it's safe to do so, we'll be talking to you about how you'll be invited in to attend one of our sessions at the college. And then obviously some information about how you can enrol. But the most important thing you can do if you haven't done it already is to actually submit that application online for the courses of your choice. If you haven't done so already, so make sure you get your application in. So without further ado, let's talk to our SEND team. May I introduce you to Paul and Viv. So first of all, Paul, what can you tell us, viewers, about the courses that are delivered in supported learning?
Yes, hi everyone. We have a lot of courses in supported learning, ranging from entry level 1 through to level 2. I'll start with the lowest levels, and these courses are for our students who may have more complex needs and may need support in terms of developing their skills to prepare for adulthood and for life beyond college. So we offer courses such as Life Skills and our Pathways to the Future programme, which really supports our students to develop some of the skills that perhaps we take for granted in everyday life. So things, for example, like managing our money, being able to go to the shops and purchase items, being able to prepare their own food or snacks, and to be able to look after themselves both at home, in the community, and whilst at college. We also do transition courses, which support a lot of our students who, for example, may have difficulties with English and maths or other personal and social development skills. These courses, such as Skills for Working Life and again our Pathways to the Future courses, really help our students to develop a wide range of skills, to prepare them to move forward onto their next steps, whatever those next steps may be, whether it's higher levels of study or moving towards the world of work, or even becoming an active citizen within their local community. Next, we offer specific employability courses. These courses are for students who have the ability and skills, with the right support and the right teaching, to be able to progress into some form of employment in the future. So whether that's voluntary employment, apprenticeships, or paid employment. Our courses in skills progression and our supported internship courses are really, really successful in supporting students to not only be able to get a job or gain employment, but to maintain that employment after they've finished at college. The courses that involve a lot of employability learning, but also include a mandatory work placement It's important to point out that for students accessing these courses, that they need to have some levels of independence. We will support students on placements initially, and we will monitor and help students to develop through their placements, but they will need to access placements independently. We also have a wide range of vocational courses, ranging from entry level 3 to level 2 in subjects such as media, sport, performing arts, art and design, horticulture and hospitality and catering. Again, these courses help students to develop those wider skills that are needed to progress, but are more specifically tailored to students who've got a specific interest in a particular vocational pathway. And then finally, we offer a range of courses for adult students who may have special educational needs or disabilities. These courses are designed to support these students to become more independent in their daily lives and to help with the therapeutic nature of what some of our students may need. So they include subjects such as English and maths and ICT, drama, art and design and exercise, as well as cooking, gardening skills and DIY skills as well. There's also some forms of employability training in those courses that support students who may be able to go on to voluntary employment in the future.
Okay, Paul, what sort of days or hours would a student be expected to attend?
It varies. For most courses, especially for students who are between the ages of 16 and 25 who may have an education, health and care plan, a lot of those students will access full-time courses. So on average, a full-time course is between 15 and 16 hours per week. And students can expect to attend on those courses 3 to 3.5 days. It varies on courses what days those courses will take place on. For our adult students, it depends on the individual needs and circumstances of the adult student. So for example, some of our students may just want to attend one of the choices that we offer for adults. So that could mean that they will be attending college for 2 hours per week. But some of our adult students may wish to attend multiple options, which means they could be attending college for up to 10 hours a week. And again, the days and times of those will vary on each course.
Okay, great. Viv, can you tell us the viewers about the type of support SEND students can expect to receive at Walsall College?
Yeah, sure, no problem. So here at Walsall College, we've got students with a range of different disabilities and additional support needs. And we support students across all curriculum areas, from entry-level courses right the way up to HE. We base support on the individual needs of the young person or adult. And the types of support that we have on offer here at the college include support from our outstanding learning mentors, and they support within the classroom, either on a one-to-one basis or small group support. We offer lunchtime and break time supervision for students who require that, and that ensures safety, support with money management, support with healthy options and socialising with peers at those times. We also offer personal care to our students who need that, and we do that through personal care risk assessment and putting the correct support and equipment into place. We have some students on site who also have medical conditions and may need to take medication throughout the day. So we do offer that type of support also through our learning mentors, as well as the pastoral support that they also offer. We've got a specialist dyslexia function, and within that function we deliver one-to-one specialist tuition to students, and we also assess students for their access arrangements for any exams or tests that they may have that qualify for exam arrangements. So we can keep those in place to ensure students have the best opportunities and everything in place that they need. We've also got at the college our Deaf Academy, and within our Deaf Academy we've got highly skilled interpreters, note takers who are trained electronically and manually, and we've also got specialist language support tutors who support students one-to-one either within the classroom or outside of the classroom, determining based on their needs.
Okay, and in terms of the classrooms and facilities, what are there for students at the college? What type of facilities do we have for people who may have physical disabilities?
Well, Walsall College is actually spread over 5 campuses, all of which are inclusive and accessible for our students. Within classrooms, we've got adjustable tables for young people should they need them. We've also got lifts in our buildings where needed. We've got accessible toilets and facilities for students to use. And we can, where reasonable, make adjustments where plans or support information may deem that we need to do so.
Okay, just got a couple of questions coming through on the Facebook feed. Amy asks, with supported learning classes in September, what's going to happen with the, because of what's going on with the COVID-19? I suppose that's quite a difficult one, but to answer at the moment. But have we got any kind of, just to assure people that the plans are in place, I guess?
Yeah, I'm happy to answer that one. It's a very valid question because, you know, these uncertain times, we can't guarantee what will happen in the near future. But all I can say is that since we went into lockdown, our teaching team within supported learning have responded excellently, and we've introduced online platforms where the vast majority of our students are engaging really, really well through online video sessions to different types of delivery models. Come September, we are working towards the basis of having some face-to-face delivery from college. But until we know more about the measures that are in place from government advice, we can't say for sure how much of face-to-face contact there will be. But there will inevitably be some form of online delivery still, especially for the near future. And what we will do with new students is make sure that they have the right support. Through the interview process, we will check on what equipment applicants may have in place already, and look at what supports we might be able to put in place for those who have difficulties with accessing equipment, to really make sure that come September they're fully prepared to start their course. So whether that's through some face-to-face or online delivery or a mixture of both, all applicants will get the support they need to be able to access all of their course.
Oh, great. Actually, I was just about to ask you, is there any specific equipment students may need if they're studying a supported learning course? But I guess that varies, does it?
It varies. I mean, at the moment, I'll speak because we're speaking about the pandemic. I think some of the essential equipment students may need include things such as laptops, tablets, or phones to access online learning. The platforms we use only require a smartphone, which I understand not everyone will have these, but even if students don't have a laptop, our students have been able to access online sessions through their smartphones or through, you know, smartphones that parents or carers may have. So that will be, those types of things will be essential equipment moving forward. And as I've said, as a college, we will try and support anyone who has difficulties with that. When it comes to the face-to-face delivering in terms of the equipment students may need, it varies dependent on the course. So for example, our sports students, not just in supported learning, but across the college, they all have the same uniform and same equipment regardless of what level course they're on in sport. It's really important because a lot of our students in sport go off site, not only for training purposes, but they compete in lots of regional and national events. So to teach students about being professional and, you know, having the right equipment, right uniform, it's essential that students have these. Again, we can offer advice and guidance on the later date about the support students may be able to get to with purchasing such equipment. Other courses such as hospitality and catering, we at our Orbush campus, our students work in the bistro and they produce all and serve customers within our cafe area. So obviously students will need chef whites and the chef knives and so on. We'll keep the chef knives at college, locked and secured away. But again, things like that will be spoken about at interview where there's specific requirements for specific courses.
Okay, great. But if viewers are interested in applying for courses, they can still apply online on our website. walsallcollege.ac.uk. But what can people expect once they have applied? Will they need to attend an interview or complete any assessments before the course?
Yes. What applicants can expect is that, obviously, because of the current situation, we've had to adapt the way we would like to always do interviews. Usually, we really like to meet a person face to face, because you can start building a relationship with a young person and their families as well, which is really important to us. Obviously, the current times means that we may not be able to do that at present. Hopefully, some of the measures may ease where we can do that with some applicants. But in terms of the interview itself, you can expect to be interviewed by one of our specialist tutors. You know, we've got outstanding tutors in our area, highly experienced, not just with SEND students, but also vocational delivery and the types of courses that we deliver. We will ask a lot of questions to find out information about a young person or a person applying for a course, but the questions are important for us so we can find out as much information to ensure that we can meet the needs of those people applying, but also place them on the right course from the start. So we try to make it as informal as possible, but an interview, it's there so we can capture that information. In the coming weeks, applicants can be expected to receive a phone call from tutors, as you described at the start, Russell, to conduct some of those interviews over the telephone. Or we may look at doing interviews on online platforms such as Zoom, for example. But then there are assessments as well for some courses. So we need to make sure that students are placed on the right courses. Those assessment methods do vary, but on the whole, for all courses in supported learning, we have a specialist designed initial assessment in English and in maths, which we conduct at all interviews. We may need to do that at a later date in this situation, but that again is designed for our students to suit their individual needs and to make sure we're capturing the correct level so we can place students on the right course and to try and avoid any disruption when they do start in September.
Okay. Viv, if applicants have specific support needs, how do you assess what support can be put in place if they do enrol on a course at the college?
Okay, so what we would do in that instance is we complete our own bespoke needs assessment process with our trained staff members. And that needs assessment really is just like an informal chat, really, to just get to know the young person or adult better and to know more about what their support needs are, so that we can then go away and create an individual support plan, which can be shared with tutors, support staff, so that everybody knows how best to support the student on their course to ensure that they get the best experience possible and that they achieve their qualification.
Okay. I understand that if applicants have an education, health and care plan, also known as a EHCP, there are legal requirements to assess their suitability to college through a formal consultation process. Viv, can you explain what this is and how the consultation determines the outcome of any application for a course at the college?
Yeah, of course, yeah, no problem. So education, health and care plans are typically for people 0 to 25, and they are there to give us an idea of what the support needs are of the young person. And in the first instance, when applying to college, the local authority who is looking after that education, health and care plan should contact the college with a copy of the plan requesting their consultation. What then happens is a panel of staff meet together and we look at the plans, and maybe along with sometimes a needs assessment and a curriculum interview, we then make an informed decision as to whether we can offer suitable provision here at Walsall College and meet the needs of that young person. It's really important that that happens in the first instance, because that also allows us to look at the funding that will come along with that young person and what equipment may be needed, and to make absolutely sure that we are the right starting point for the young person.
Oh, that's excellent. Okay, so at the college, and this applies to all our programs really, we love students to progress onto high level courses, university and work. Paul, can you explain how courses in your department help send students to progress?
Yeah, absolutely. We have a large range of students with varying different needs. So, for example, some of our more complex students it may not be possible or realistic for them to progress into paid employment, and one of their long-term aspirations may be to become more independent in their daily lives. So, for those types of students, it's very much helping them to prepare for adulthood. So, whether that's helping them to prepare to progress into either independent living or to supported living accommodation in the future. A lot of the teaching and the skills that students will learn will help them with that. Also, with those types of students, you know, again, things that we may take for granted in daily life. So being able to go to a restaurant and order a meal, or being able to go to the cinema with friends, we try to teach students and build up that friendship group and that network. So life beyond college helps our students to become an active citizen within the community. With other students who have more moderate needs, their aspirations vary. Some students want to go into work. Some students want to go on to higher levels of study. What's really important for us as a department and as a college is that when we are assessing the students that have applied for courses, is that not only do we consider the course that would be suitable for them to start on, but we also consider their long-term aspirations and how we can best support those students. So, for example, we have a number of students who are autistic and they're high functioning, so they have, you know, really strong academic skills. However, some of those students may lack the social skills or may need some further transition before they are ready to go on to a higher level program of study across the college. So it depends on the student starting points. Our assessment process is vigorous, and we will place students where we feel it's appropriate for them. But our students, they progress immensely because of this. So we have a lot of students who do go on to high-level courses. So, for example, the college's Adult Student of the Year last year, Jonathan Morris. Jonathan started within supported learning and he did a couple of programs in supported learning and has since progressed onto HE, so higher education. In media in particular, he has his own ability counts, social media platforms, and he's doing brilliantly. But that's just one example of how our students progress to higher levels of study. We have students who go to university as well. But for some students, we also understand that, you know, the academic abilities may reach a certain point. However, they have the necessary skills and attitudes to be able to go and get a job or go on to an apprenticeship. So our courses in skills progression and supported internships really support our students to go down that route as well. And we have a lot of students who go on to apprenticeships because they've had that support and because they've been on the right courses and they've had the right teaching and learning. A number of our students, for example, from our internships last year, went on to an apprenticeship, went into paid work with the employers where their internship placement was. You know, I know today one of my colleagues has been on the phone with a student who's currently applying for a job at the place that they've had their internship. So it's really successful, and we're very proud of how our teaching staff support our students to be able to progress.
That sounds fantastic. All those great stories. Got quite a few questions come through on Facebook. Actually, I'd just like to put them to you if that's okay. Jenny asks how many learning mentors are there. I don't know if that's interesting on kind of the ratio or sort of how that works. One of you able to answer that?
No problem. I'd say there's probably around 60 to 70 learning mentors. So we've got a lot of staff working on site supporting students, as I said, with a range of different needs and in a range of different ways, really, all based on the young person's needs or adult's needs. And like I said, we follow an individual support plan for each learner.
Okay. Sam has asked, will there be more online classes? I think kind of Paul touched on that, didn't you, earlier, but I guess.
Yeah, I'm not sure if, I mean, I can explain. At the moment, we are delivering online classes until the end of the term, which finishes on the 3rd of July for most students. And then in the future from September, it's very, very likely, and we are working towards a mixture of some face-to-face classes as well as online classes as well.
Okay, great. And David asks, what type of support are in place for students at P levels?
Yeah, I can answer that. So again, that's pre-entry level. So again, some of our more complex students. So for example, we have smaller group sizes with those students, and they're usually heavily supported as well. And the teaching and learning strategies that we use are adapted to ensure that students can access provision. So for example, we use widget symbol software for some of our students. We also have Makaton trained staff for non-verbal students who can't communicate verbally and can use Makaton. There's lots of different strategies that we use as a teaching team for those types of students.
Okay. And Sarah has asked, my son starts a Skills for Working Life course in September. Do you know when, or if you're offering transition days? Yeah,
again, it's very difficult at the moment because of the situation. We are working towards planning for September. The courses will start when the academic year starts. So I can't remember the date off the top of my head. It's usually around about the 8th of September. How those courses will be delivered, we will make sure that we will be communicating that with all students once we have a definite plan in place. In terms of transition days, in normal circumstances, we would usually have new students coming into college around July time to meet staff, to meet peers, to get used to what they will be doing on their course. We don't know whether we will be able to do that as yet, but we are hoping that we may be able to adapt our normal plans to do some type of transition days. However, it may be that we need to consider doing online transition events as well, which again, we will communicate with those new students as soon as we have a definite plan in place.
Okay, yeah, I appreciate it's difficult to be able to give really definitive answers on things like that at the moment. So that's fantastic. We're nearing the end of our session. Paul and Viv, is there anything else you'd like to add before we wrap up?
Yeah, I would just like to just to reassure, especially, I mean, returning students and new students in particular, we are treating every application seriously, as we always do. We understand that especially for new students, there may be worries and anxieties around what's going to happen September, especially for those who are leaving school perhaps. But just to reassure everyone really that we will work with you and your families to support your application as much as you can. The current situation isn't helping the situation, but we are adapting our approaches to make sure that everyone is fully prepared to start in September.
Okay, Viv, is there anything else you'd like to add?
Yeah, just to echo Paul really, and to just say that even though we are going through this current pandemic, the supported learning team and the inclusive support team continue to come up with new and innovative ways to support our students. So please do get in touch, please do put your applications in, and we'll meet with you through curriculum interview and needs assessment meetings to ensure everything's in place and that we are the right provision for you for September.
Okay, that's brilliant. Thank you both for that. That's a really informative session, lots of questions, and I think a lot of people will have found that really helpful and beneficial. If you didn't manage to answer your question here, please do send us a direct message on Facebook or an email to info@walsallcollege.ac.uk, and we'll get back to you. Yeah, as with all our courses, please make sure that you've done plenty of research around the course that you want to study, and then please submit your application as soon as you possibly can. Tomorrow we have another live session at 2:30 p.m. It's a special one. It's about a brand new qualification. It's called T-Levels that we're starting in September. We're joined by some very special guests, including the Parliamentary Under Secretary of State for Apprenticeships and Skills, Gillian Keegan. So please do tune in to that one at 2:30 tomorrow. Thank you, and we hope to see you tomorrow. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.